it's Heidi, your adopted farmer from Boadwines Farms with this month's video. So the first thing we need to learn about cows is that cows go to the bathroom wherever and whenever they want. So you can see, right? So after the cows go to the bathroom, and they're in groups of about 200 cows each, so a skid loader, a little machine, will clean that manure, and it goes through pipes underground, and it eventually ends up in one of our lagoons, which there's a small lagoon behind me. We actually have 1, 2, 3 other lagoons on this farm. We can actually store 32 million gallons of manure. We have to by law be able to hold the manure of 1 year's worth from all of our cows. So we can hold 32 million gallons of manure. So what they're doing right now out in the pond, there's 2 machines out here working. We have one that's stirring it up because we need to stir the solids and the liquid together. And then the one that's further away is actually a pump that is sucking the manure out of the pond and into a hose. If you pan over, you can see this yellow box here. We're probably in the sun too much. There's a hose going out, and that hose goes all the way a mile down the road into a field where it's hooked to a tractor. So when the cows go to the bathroom, we gather it in the pond like I already showed you, and then the main thing that we do with that manure is use it on our fields as fertilizer. So you can see this hose here, and this is actually, it can be a 6 or an 8-inch diameter hose, and it's hard because the manure is inside this hose being pumped out of the lagoon. So where I was at before is actually on the other side of those trees. I don't know if you can pan that far over. So we're not very far away from the farm right now, but we have enough hose that we can pump manure up to 5 miles away from the dairy site to fields up to 5 miles away. Why is it better to put it in a hose instead of putting it in a manure spreader? It's because then we're not driving up and down the road using fuel to haul it back and forth. So the tractor has an applicator on the back of it, and the applicator has diggers or shovels that will make a trench, and then each digger has a hose directly behind it so that that manure gets put directly into the ground. And then as he goes, he drags the hose behind him. So what we do when we first start a field is make like a triangle, and he goes back and forth in the field from the long part of the triangle to the short part of the triangle. They pump manure here in the morning, and we have another crew that pumps into the hours of the night, because we have a very short window of opportunity to get the manure on the fields. We have to wait until the fields have been harvested. It'd be done before the ground freezes and it gets cold. The nutrients that are the most important are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So you can look them up in your periodic chart if you learn about that in science. Those are what we need in order to grow good crops.
Gracias. Gracias, Heidi.
I hope you enjoyed this month's video. We'll see you next month.